Hello, welcome back to the Crafty Organizer. I'm Noreen Burke, and today we're going to be talking about pen storage. So the first thing I want to say is I tried to go down the rabbit hole for you to give you some conclusive information about how you should store your markers. Guess what I found? There are so many different theories, opinions, ideas. I tried going brand by brand, and what I found is there's only a few that will specifically say how you should store their markers. For example, the Copics will come out with flat storage, but then if you buy one of their carrying cases, they're upright, which completely negates the factory suggestion on how you should store them. Tombow is the same way. These are the markers I really like. It suggested storing them flat, but then when you look at their carrying case, it shows that they're stored up with the tips pointing upward. So I decided to not give you any of that information. I will let you make your own decisions, but I did want to give you a great way to store these that are a super affordable option, and you can use it to store them vertically or horizontally. Let's get started. If you've ever seen those fluorescent lights above you, you know that they have little covers on them. They come in designs and patterns and textures. Well, one of them is teeny tiny squares, and it's called an egg carton. I don't know why it's called that, but it has little squares or apertures that are just over ½ an inch around. And these, my friend, are the perfect thing to store your pens in. They're not very expensive. I've only seen two colors. I've seen them in white, and you can get them in silver. Now, this style of light panel is at Home Depot, Lowe's, and I'm sure at many of the other big stores. Mine all averaged right around $18. It's a 2-foot by 4-foot panel, so it's a good size. But here's what we're going to do. The aperture of these allows you to store a multitude of markers. I have the Copics, Sharpies, the Surgeons, the Tombows, Zig markers, and gel markers. Now, the Chameleon markers do not fit inside, but they come in their own lovely case. So if you have those, we might talk about a different type of storage system later. But I found that this fit every other type of pen, marker, and pencil that I had. So I want to show you how to cut this first. Get a good size pair of wire cutters and try and use it so that you're cutting flush to a solid edge. So I was just going inside and going from the cross point to the flat portion, so there wasn't anything extra. Now, I picked one of my Dollar Tree bins because I liked that it was a graduated size. I want the ability to either pick it up and set it on my table or stand it on its end and have it on a shelf. So here's what I did. I went to the bottom first because since it's graduated, I have to have a smaller piece for the bottom. So I just laid it on top and then visually drew a line and started cutting all the way across. These really do cut easily. Once I had the bottom, I was halfway done. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing and go around for the top portion. Now you're basically just going to make sure that it's sized to fit inside. And depending upon how long your pens are, depends on the distance between the bottom layer and the top layer. Once that was done, I was able to set in the bottom, and you'll notice that I have two sizes because the bin is graduated. Now, sand off any of the little rough spots, but now you'll see that top just fits right in. And you could be done here and just start filling it with your pens. I wanted to make sure that I could easily pull this out at any given time in case I dropped something in or I wanted to clean it. So I'm going to add a few supports just to really make sure it's a nice solid unit. These are the dowels from Dollar Tree, and I just placed them in each corner with some hot glue and let them lean against the outside while it dried. I gave it a few minutes, and once that was dry, I was able to go ahead and take the top piece and place it over those dowels. Now, I used a little stick to help me get them over, so go ahead and try that. It was a little bit tricky to feed it through, but once I wiggled them around a little bit, I was able to slide it into place and then push it down all of the way. Now here's where you want to make sure it's square. You can totally eyeball it. I wanted to make sure that it was in fact level. So I got the app out that's on my phone. There's plenty of level apps out there. I love using this. Once I knew it was level, I went ahead and used my hot glue gun on the corner of each dowel up against the grid, and then just held it in place until it dried. Once I knew it was dry, I cut off the extra pieces of the dowel, and now I have one system that will just fit right inside. And you can do this with any size box that you want. I just liked these little dollar store bins. Now it's time for the fun part, which is sorting out my markers and putting them into the grid. With the configuration I have, this will hold 150 pens, pencils, and markers. There's something really satisfying about breaking these out into color order, and I also broke them down by the brand just because there are certain times I like using a specific pen over another. Now that that is all done, here's what it looks like standing up. And this is really awesome because I know a lot of my pens should be vertical. I'm finding that some of them are drying out now that they've been in the garage for a while, especially the ones I had in the gutter because they're in the sun. So this gives me the ability to store them properly, to easily see what I have by color. I have my gel pens on the side, I have my Sharpies at the top, but more importantly, when I need a pen, I can either just grab the one I need or I can grab the entire bin and bring it over to the table where I'm working. I'm really happy with this. So what I'm excited about with this material is because those holes, those apertures are so big, there are endless things that you could do with this. Are you a sculptor? You could get all of your sculpting tools standing up and organized. Are you a painter? You can get paintbrushes in here. Do you have a lot of scissors? You could put your scissors in here. I think this has a lot of storage potential, and with it being able to cut into any size you want, you could get creative with sizes and shapes. And you know me, if you can't find a box that fits your needs, make one out of foam core and you will have the most amazing custom storage at a really affordable price. Sorry for the different recording. I don't know what happened to this footage, so I'm shooting this really quick. With the leftover panel, if you do not want to make a bunch of storage boxes, use the remainder as a pegboard. You can then use S-hooks because traditional pegs won't fit on here. Attach it to a wall with a large screw or a piece of wood behind it so there's space to slide the hooks in. And you can hang small baskets, scissors, dowels, anything that you would traditionally hang on a pegboard will fit on the extra piece. That way you're using all of it. And by the way, this pegboard is a huge clue to a collaboration I'm doing with the Posh Paper Lady. I'm so excited and I cannot wait to show you what we're doing together. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now this was not my original idea. I was looking at Etsy when I saw this and I immediately recognized the egg carton in there because I've used this before for different craft ideas, but I had never thought of it for a pen. So if you do not want to mess with making one of these, do know that you can get these on Etsy. This other looks like they had taken some sort of cutting system and cut into wood so that these specifically fit the Copics. And let me know, do you say Copic or Copic? Let me know in the comments below. The other thing I want to show you that I did not cover today because I was trying to keep this video short was this little notebook idea. So let me know if you're interested. I don't want to give away how I did it yet, but if you're interested in how I made this notebook for Copics, let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you think about this. I'm really excited about this one, so leave me a comment below. I want to say thank you to my patrons who allow me to keep making these videos for you. If you haven't already, please give that like button a click. This tells YouTube that what I'm putting out is exactly what you like, but it also helps you because then it tells YouTube what type of videos you like, and it helps give you the perfect suggestions for other things to watch. If you do like this type of content, please click subscribe. I'm getting so close to my goal of 100,000 subscribers. I'm really excited about hitting that. So if you do like these types of videos, click subscribe. It helps me to get to my goal, but it also lets you know when I will be posting again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in just a few days. Bye!